This is called King Slinger. It's a very simple one-card flourish that I've been doing for a long time. And this is King Slinger 2. Little add-on that adds a second card to the move. So let's learn it. So King Slinger originated from Oliver Sogard's move, Prince Charming. Then after that, I made a move called King Charming, which is pretty much the same concept of rotating a card out and pulling it back, but instead of it just going 180, it goes all the way, 360. So I figured, go from Prince to King, that's cute. Then after that, Benji Taylor made this move called Gunslinger, which was a variation on Bullet by Andrei Jikh. So I kind of just combined those two moves, Gunslinger and King Charming, to create King Slinger. Then I added a second card a couple years ago, and we get King Slinger 2. I'm gonna go over this briefly first and then break it down. So the thumb pinches a card off, pulls a card off onto the corner of this deck. Once it's on that corner, it lightens the grip and the card is able to rotate around. Once it's about 3/4 of the way, it contacts back with the rest of the deck, flush with the face. The index is going to reach over, the thumb's going to let go, the index is going to pull that card down to the bottom, then the middle finger is going to release, and the index finger is going to release its pressure on that card so that it rotates the other direction. Then the middle finger is going to contact the card, and the index and middle take it over to the top. So in slow motion, it looks something like that. So to start off, you're going to hold the deck in straddle grip. So instead of dealer's grip like this, you just add the pinky here, and it starts off in a bit of an elevated straddle grip. So the way I hold the deck is pretty much all of the deck's weight is between these two fingers, and the thumb comes over to this front edge, and it's going to peel off just one card. I pull that to the left so that I contact this corner. And so once it's on that corner, my thumb is very lightly touching the card, which allows it to start to rotate. The action is letting gravity take the card till about here, and then the thumb pushes inward more towards your chest to get it to rotate all the way around. So you can also whip your kind of weight of the card around if you want. Maybe to start, that would be helpful. But over time, you should be able to do this without flinging the deck around. The deck is pretty solid, and the card should be able to make that rotation. So once you get to here, you're going to let the card fully contact the deck, and your index finger is going to grip on top. So the pad of my finger is curling over to contact that card. From here, your thumb is going to let go. And again, I'm still in straddle grip. And the index finger is going to pull that card to the bottom of the deck. And from here, in that action, you can see the pad of my thumb and the ring finger are kind of holding the deck at this position. Because obviously with your index finger coming down, you're no longer holding the deck between the index and the pinky in straddle grip. So the second it comes down, now the grip on the deck is being held by my ring and my thumb. And it's just for a quick moment, because the next step is that 8 of hearts rotating again. Once it gets to there, your middle finger is going to push up, and then your index is also going to push up, and it's going to rotate around that corner of the deck and back onto the front. So we'll go over this one more time. From here, your index is holding the card on the bottom of that deck while your ring and your thumb are gripping the rest of the deck. You're going to let that index finger very lightly hold onto that card. So I'm releasing the grip a little bit. Index finger releases that grip so that the card can rotate till about there. Then the ring finger, or the middle finger rather, pushes up, and then both of these index and middle kind of work in conjunction to to turn that card as it goes around that corner and onto the face of the deck. So one more time in slow motion. Card goes to there. Thumb lets go as the index finger takes over. It's going to pull that card to the bottom of the deck. Ring and thumb holding the rest of the deck. Index finger is going to release, letting that card swing to the side. Middle finger is going to contact, and both the middle and the index are going to work together to get it to the top of the deck. Then if you want to add in the second card, it's pretty much the exact same move, except at this point, before you bring the card up to the top, your thumb is going to come down to this corner of the deck, and it's going to peel a card off around this side of the deck while that 8 of Hearts card is being rotated. Same time as the 8 of Hearts is rotating, your thumb is starting to peel this card. Then the middle finger is going to push that 8 at the same time as the thumb pushes this card to the bottom. And then basically the index finger is going to just do the same thing that the middle finger just did, pushing that card onto the top. So this is like a classic old move. I think the Joker does this in the 80s Batman movie. And so it's just adding that move onto the normal King Slinger. So from this point, as this card comes around, that Jack of Clubs is rotating at the same time as I'm pulling that card with my thumb. And then the index finger carries that card over the same way that the middle finger did. So we do the regular move. We split a card off with the thumb at the same time. And you want to try and get it where this is being timed at the same time as peeling that card off, so that the symmetry looks nice. So I'll do it a few times in slow motion, or as slow as I can, because obviously a lot of this has to do with gravity, so it's a little hard to make it slow motion. But I will try my best. And that's it. That's King Slinger 2.